A man in a tailored black suit, white gloves, a top hat, and monocle looks upon his board with capitalist glee. Mr. Monopoly is the man on trial today, but we're not talking about capitalism. No, this is lording. We're talking about unions. Unions, that's right. The version of Monopoly you know and love evolved from the landlord's game. Released in the early 1900s, right in the thick of the Anthracite coal strike of 1902, where miners downed tools to demand their fair wages, safety standards, and decency on the job. Well, who was there to stop them? Who was there to make them go home to their wives and their children and make them cry? Well, it was Mr. Monopoly, otherwise known as Rich Uncle Pennybags. Now, Rich Uncle Pennybags isn't just a face on a board, he's based on those same industrial titans, the wife-crying ones, like J.P. Morgan, whose coal investments triggered real labor unrest. So those workers, they're just your little tokens for play. Ooh, let me play as the guy that makes the families cry. Oh, your baby can't go to school anymore. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm Rich Uncle Pennybags. Here's my battleship. Today, we'll be discussing which of the Monopoly workforce would be the best at creating a successful union. Now, there have been many pieces that have found themselves into the Monopoly workforce over the years. Perhaps when you were younger, you remember an iron, a thimble. Well, those have retired, and you can't start a union if you're retired. So the ones that remain in the workforce to this day, some old, some new, are a duck, a battleship, a dog, a cat, a race car, a T-Rex, a top hat, and a penguin. So now we will use this chart to figure out which token would be the most successful at creating a union to make, oh, big Mr. Moneybags, money, white gloves, top hat, monocle, real sad, real cry sad. That's okay though. Here on the x-axis, we have willingness. Now, on the 0 side, this is someone that would never join a union. And on the right, this is someone that's like, gotta have my union. Over here on the y-axis, we have capability. Now at the top, that's leadership skills. Martin Luther King Jr., the Red Ranger. And on the bottom, we have someone who is no leadership skills, no organizing, like a log, or a frog on a log. Let's start with Scotty Dog. Now, this little guy right here, not very willing to start a union. You know, he's a dog, he's loyal, he's man's best friend. But capabilities, on the other hand, now that seems pretty good. People like dogs, people listen to dogs, dogs chase dogs. So we're gonna put little Scotty Dog right here. Not willing, but midway capable, the top hat. Perhaps the most famous of all the Monopoly tokens. Now this guy is not willing. He has been with Mr. Monopoly for as long as Mr. Monopoly can remember. In fact, rumor has it that Mr. Monopoly came out of the womb with a top hat. It's his twin brother. However, I think the top hat would be quite capable, born rich. He's on the top. He's the top dog, thus putting him on top of our dog. Now we come to one of my personal favorites, the T-Rex, which replaced the thimble. Good. This guy, willing, absolutely. He ran the prehistoric age, he did whatever he wanted. He didn't want to listen to little Mr. Moneybags over here, no. And now what about capability? Well, did you know this? Rex means king. This man was the king of his land. So now that puts him up here. That puts him at the top of capability, at the top of willingness. Surely this is the one, the token that would start the successful union. But how about this? T-Rex, old man, old ways, stuck in his ways. He comes to the board meeting. Everyone is like, well, what should be the even pay? Well, what should we do here? And T-Rex is just gonna go, let's eat another dinosaur, which makes him a cannibal. Cannibals are notorious for never starting unions, putting him at the bottom of capability, but very high on willingness. The Train of the Sea, battleship. Let's start with capability. Now, depending on the leader that has been on this battleship, he's either learned great things or he's learned bad things. So I feel like that puts him somewhere in the middle of capability. Now, when it comes to willingness to break free from the status quo, willingness to join forces with the little guy, not the big guy. All the battleship has ever done is take orders. so he's not gonna be over here. He's a little boat. Splish, splash, splish, splash. I'm taking a battleship bath. I put him right here. And if you disagree, then you don't know anything about battleships. Battleship. What are we talking about now? The cats. Now the cat's a little interesting. A cat. Now if you're a cat lover, you might think, oh, I'll put the cat at the top on both sides. Not me. Not Mr. Monopoly either. Mr. Monopoly doesn't like the cat. The union doesn't like the cat. Why? Because every time they try to unionize with the cat, what does he do? He just knocks things off the table. Where do they find him? Taking a nap. They see a warm light coming from a window. What's the cat doing? Taking a nap. That's all this cat does. Cat can't unionize. Cat, bottom capability, bottom willingness. Cat just wants to do his thing, lying in the sun, having fun. Don't we all? We do, but we can't because we gotta stop this man and we gotta start a union. A lonely duck, made of rubber, squeaks when you squish him, finds his way into a bathtub with Mr. Monopoly. This duck is scarred. He is willing to unionize. He is willing to take money away from the big man to give it to the little rubber people. Where? Is he capable though? No, of course not. He's a rubber duck. He's made of rubber and he floats on water and that's all he does. We've come to it, everyone. The one piece that we believe might be able to start the most successful union, the race car. Now, he's been with the company for a long time. He knows the ins and outs. The other workers, they respect him. He's fast. He's everyone's favorite. When's the last time you went to play Monopoly and someone didn't say, I call the race car? That's right. Willingness, absolutely. He is built for the people, by the people. Capability, absolutely. He's fast, he's strong, he's wise, he's running on oil and gasoline, he's got rubber tires that are white wall and he can fit 2 people in the cockpit. This man can do it all. I say that this race car not only goes to the right side of willingness, but comes to the tippity top of capability, putting him right here as the most successful token to start a successful union. Wait a second. No. 1, 2, 3. There's one missing. There's 8 Monopoly tokens, not 7. Could there really be one that could start a union more successfully than the race car? What could it be? That's right. The penguin. Now, Morgan Freeman isn't the only one who loves seeing penguins march. No, the tokens of the Monopoly board love seeing the penguin march across the board to the house on top of the hotel right on Broadway who owns all the train stations into Mr. Monopoly's big old mansion. And this penguin's here to get what his people need. Now, you might think, why would a penguin have the capabilities of the top hat or the race car? Well, mind you, the penguin comes from a union already. All penguins are born into a union, molded by the union. They stick together through the worst climates, through the worst situations. You ever seen a T-Rex survive an apocalyptic event? No, you haven't, because that's what they're known for, dying in one. A penguin goes through an apocalyptic event every single year. Penguins are strong, built with blubber, firm, sturdy, and that's exactly what this union needs. I say that this penguin here, he ain't just coughing up fish for his children. No, he's coughing up money for the union. I place this penguin at the top of willingness and at the top of capability, making him the most successful union starting token in all of Monopoly. Mr. Monopoly, tears coming down, the union, money going up. This penguin's not only getting maternity leave for his people, he's getting paternity leave. That's right, the P stands for father. The penguin helps his people. He's for the people. He might be a little cold, he might waddle up there. Oh, why is he waddling? Because he's wearing a tuxedo. Because he takes things seriously. Oh, how does he get to work? Toboggan, he's tobogganing, getting there first. First one in, last one out. Why is he last one out? Because he has to toboggan downhill and he has to waddle uphill. So it takes him a longer time to get out. That's the beauty of the penguin. He works, and that's all he knows how to do. He's with the people, because that's the other only thing he knows how to do. Penguin only knows one thing, and it's two things, and it's the union. Penguin, Monopoly, union.